Okay, Bryden here. Hope everything's going well. I apologize. This is another video on Burning Man. If you've been following along, I've been creating several videos, some on sort of the actual personal experience at Burning Man, one on the Exodus, one on the weather specifically, all for the event that just was, where I'm glad to make it safe, make it back home. And I broke it into several videos and several topics because it's just so much. Even my personal experience video, it was 30 minutes, and that's without talking about several of these pieces of Burning Man, which I think are sort of very important, crucial parts of the experience, and ones that I hope that people are interested in. And so for this video specifically, I'm looking at the music of Burning Man, which for many is one of the sole reasons why, or one of the most important reasons why people go. And it's because some of the most incredible DJs go. And what I love about it is that DJs are going, they're not getting paid to play. They're going to play for the energy, for the vibes, for the joy. This is some of the sort of musicians' favorite place to come and create, share the music that they love so much, and you get some of the best energy and one of the craziest environments at the wildest times of day and night and morning, and I think it just brings this sort of beautiful experience where everyone is there for the joy of it. And for myself, I think the disclaimer here is if you are a country fan, if you're a hip hop fan, you may have some limited music taste there for you. This is still generally, Burning Man does not like to be referred to as a festival, although that, sort of stigma around it continues to waver, and people sort of call it in some ways a festival. This isn't in many ways because of sort of the EDM and the dancing and so much focus on music. Some might argue that that's what it is. Other people would say that's not true. I sit in loving everything, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just happy that people are there and having fun. But saying that, it is mostly EDM, and I still have very limited knowledge about the genres of this. So I know there's deep melodic house, and there's just normal house, there's dubstep, there's desert, there's tribal, there's all these different ones, and I can sort of recognize the difference in them based on the BPM and some of the instrumentation used, and how even DJs are transitioning and all this stuff. But to me, I don't have this sort of fine ear that many people with more experience with sort of EDM or festivals or music seem to have. And so one thing that is really nice is to have friends who are musicians, who are DJs, and have that fine ear. And a lot of times I would pull them over and say, hey, what is this? What are we listening to right now? And they would say, hey, it's X, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, cool, that's cool. Either way, I enjoyed it very much, and learned a lot from it. And then when you have people around you who then know that there are, the types of music and sort of what are good vibes, what are good energy that fits that moment in time or what the group is feeling, you can sort of guide along and follow them and end up in a good place. And sometimes you realize, you get there and you say, hey, this is a little too heavy for me right now. And so you go on your own adventure, and maybe you meet back up later. And I share some of the magic of that in the video on personal experience. And I'll link that as a resource in this video if you're interested in checking out sort of my personal experience at Burning Man. Whereas this, I'm more talking about the music specifically. So I didn't know a lot of the DJs. Apologize if I'm peeking a little bit there. I didn't know a lot of the DJs. I didn't know necessarily, where we were going sometimes. I didn't know what places seemed to have better music than others. I just did my best to follow along and have fun. Really did get some chances to dance and enjoy the time that we have. And I'm really grateful to be with a group of people who knows a lot more, who have been to Burning Man many times and sort of know, hey, Robot Heart, Mayan Warrior, Sunrise Set, when they link up together, that's really important. Robot Heart has its own playground, opulent temple. These are places, the Carl Cox's show, Diplo, Tycho. Some of these DJs, again, I had no idea who many of them are incredible, obviously DJs, and then create wonderful energy and become sort of a place where a lot of people culminate. And sometimes you'll, be going through camps and you'll see, 5 people at that camp. And then all of a sudden you go into the Playa or maybe to the Esplanade where these massive sound camps are. And then there's 40,000 people. You're like, wow, we all ended up here, I guess, for a reason, and we're let's go. And with that, I would say the energy is absolutely contagious within. So I have a couple of videos here that I think are super sort of interesting and fun. I'm going to mute myself, and hopefully these aren't too loud, from a couple of sets that we went to that I think were just absolutely wonderful. Let me see. Let me get this going, and then I'll share the screen. All right, let's play that one more time. So this was Mayan Warrior and Robot Heart. I don't know if we saw Robot Heart. Sorry, I was monitoring several things in this video, but you can see this was a sunrise set. And man, the sunrise set, well, what a load of energy that is. So our entire group stayed up the whole night for this. Also, I think most of us from the 17 ended up here, which is a ton of fun. And that's one of the best parts of Burning Man. I shared that in the personal experience video. Got some dancers killing it. Robot Heart. Okay, so I'll pull back here on the webcam. So, I mean, as you can see, a little bad banger of a tune. Good enough for someone to remove from their dancing and actually record that. And man, what a fun and incredible time. And I'll just say that's sort of like a keynote, or one of the more, I think, important, if you can use that word, places to sort of go at Burning Man. That was one of the ones that everyone was excited for, and it was generally the Thursday morning after White Wednesday, where everyone wears white, and so everyone's dressed in all white. It's a really good vibe, and most people have stayed up all night to make it to this specific set. So that was one of the ones that really stuck out to me. We actually did the Robot Heart sunrise set. I believe that was on Saturday morning with Lee Burge, who everyone loves Lee Burge and plays some great vibes. I love that. Our camp actually helped him get his ticket to Burning Man, which was sort of exciting in that regards. Now, a couple other ones. I'm just going to play some clips that stick out, and then I'll also have a couple images here, which I think are sort of cool. So here's another one. Let me pull this up. Okay, so there you go. So this was Infected Mushroom. Now, I believe this was an Opulent Temple, but I'm getting Opulent Temple and Playground mixed up. So I think this was Opulent Temple. I don't want to be embarrassing myself here. It's only my second time at Burning Man, so give me a little break, all right? But what I liked about what they did, what Infected Mushroom did, sort of live vocals. So you could hear him singing sometimes, but then mixed in some samples. So we had some Beastie Boys, we had some Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters, like several people, and I think our group just sort of, first of all, we sang it like crazy. And then also I just had an emotional, sort of cathartic experience dancing to it. And, it was just a really powerful moment, one that sticks out to me the most, of just the power of dance, the power of being with a group, celebrating, enjoying this time together. And, overall, I was really grateful to have had that experience. Like, music is very cathartic. And, for me, I shared a little bit about this, but I struggled with dancing. I struggled with, that sort of rigid movement that I had in sort of masculinity and embracing femininity. And one of my intentions in 2022 was to dance. And I did that about the fullest I could do. And I'm, very happy I shared a video in the personal experience of the group dancing together. And I think it was thanks to Teddy's for camp just near the edge of the Esplanade and heading out to the Playa that gave us some great times and some of the best dance moments here beyond some of the largest sets that we have. Now, I have talked a lot about sort of EDM, and there's a lot of that, but one of the camps there on Esplanade, I don't think I have a video of this, was Reverbia. What I really liked about them is they had live music. I've seen other clips now after where there was live music, so there is that. You can find that. There was an amazing bluegrass camp that didn't just play music, but they actually taught you how to play, which was really cool. And Vatsal and I stopped in there, so that was a wonderful experience. And then I did find some other forms of music here, so I'll pull this one up. Beautiful. So I'll drop this back down to the webcam. Now, at one point, so this was a jazz. This was on the final night of Burning Man. I stopped at Center Camp, which is sort of like a tradition that I have, and one that I really love, sort of on the final night to just go pay respects and go think about Burning Man and the intentionality behind it and everything that's so wonderful that makes it such a beautiful thing. And so, there are live jazz that at one point I was like, I need to rap. But these guys were so intricate with their jazz and they were in the flow. And I'm like, I'm not going to come up and bother them here. They've got this great performance. I really wanted to spit some rhymes, but it didn't quite happen. I'm sure they would have accepted it. I'm sure they would have loved it. But, as a person who loves hip hop, a person who would have loved to freestyle, I would have loved to see some more opportunities for that. And I tried to find those 2019, didn't quite get them, and tried them. Didn't really find what I was looking for in 2022 there. So if you're a hip hop artist or a spoken word, there is opportunities, but you need to be very sort of intentional to find those moments. If you do, let me know. I would love to find them when I go back again. And I would love to hear your experience because it is so EDM based if you had some great moments with that. So, a couple other things just as I jump through. I got a couple of last videos to do and then a couple images. If you don't find, I wouldn't say like, if you don't like EDM, you're not going to enjoy it. You may like EDM or you may find love with EDM through this, especially I think if there's substances involved, if you can mix those. A lot of people doing Molly. A lot of people doing LSD. If you can find, not that I'm recommending, not that I'm saying that I'm doing that, but definitely I think has an impact on your enjoyment of these types of music and allows you to then have the energy and feel that energy, feel the vibrations, and then dance long, dance hard, and really understand why people are loving this so much, even if it's not something that's truly in your wheelhouse of what you listen to. For me, I was pumped. I got to see Diplo. I got to whip out the binoculars and take a look at him, which was a lot of fun. I got Infected Mushroom was the one video showed. Lee Burge, the Sunrise Set at Robot Hearts, and then Carl Cox was the other big one, which was like a massive, massive event. And that was, I believe that's at Playground or Opulent Double. Again, I'm getting them mixed up, and that was a banger. A couple, I think overall, my favorite was the Robot Heart and the Mayan Warrior. I think that was such a beautiful moment. And I saw lots of great people there. And then even after seeing, you don't realize in the time, but there's so many cool people in there. And I'm following them all on Instagram and realizing we're all there. And maybe we're 20, 15, 10 feet away from each other. And I'm almost sad I didn't see them, but we're all in our vibes. That's part of it there. So a couple other things is that it's not just... that music coming from large sound camps or even more intimate things there. I have a video I'm going to lastly do on art, and there's some incredible music mixed with the art there. And so I just wanted to show one, which I think many people would describe as one of the peak experiences for us at Burning Man. So people call this object here the hippie trap, and I would definitely agree with that. Maybe, I don't know if people call it that. What we call it that, because in 2019, we were on a big night with all these big plans, and we ended up laying down the ground and losing about, I wouldn't say losing is the right word, but spending about 45 minutes here. And in this case, you can see not only is there amazing music going, there's a huge fire going right to the left. So just the timing of the song, the fire at once, the entire group being together, and this being like an intentional stop that we made was a beautiful, beautiful moment. And I think, again, for a lot of us, a sort of peak moment here at Burning Man. So those are a couple of videos. I mean, there are many, many more videos of music that I could show you. I'm not going to do that to you, but I thought that was, worthwhile. And then I just wanted to hop through and show a couple pictures here of some good pieces here. So I've got my good friend Bryden, who goes by Dowden, who's done really well for him in terms of DJ, does some incredible music. So he's DJing a set here. Mel looks like she's maybe had a drink of something that doesn't taste that good. I don't know what's exactly going on, but we're having a great time. We also did a sort of combined set with Thumper, and we've got, so I got a couple pictures here, Ian, DJ, and Bryn here, and just a really great moment in the middle of a day, sort of a day party with some great vibes, great energy, food getting passed around. I think this is a big part of Burning Man. If you've got friends who are DJing, it's an amazing time, and you all sort of rally around them and bring good energy to the event. That's one of the, I think, best aspects of Burning Man, and some of the music that comes from that is great. And your friends are playing their favorite songs and you're enjoying it and loving it. And so I really enjoyed that. So a couple last pictures I have for you here. And again, I could go forever, but I'm not going to. I'm already at 15 minutes. Damn it. We've got, this was the Robot Heart, Mayan Warrior, just so you can see this, apparently costs $1 million to $5 million to make. That's a pretty big range. So I'm not exactly sure. I've heard both ends of that spectrum. And then this is in the sunrise set, but it's before the sun actually rose. So it transitions beautifully from dark to light during this. And again, that moment where the sun comes up and you see everyone and people are there for different reasons or have had different experiences to get there. But we all just biked out into the deep Playa, spent... Some of us didn't make it through the whole night, but set alarms to then bike 45 minutes out to find this thing, and then all ending up in that same spot for this sort of peak music experience. Again, a huge favorite moment for me, and so glad that I got to have that experience and share it with some good friends. Here is Vatzel and I in the day after that. Look how happy we look. We are happy, happy guys. And you can see in the background, same thing there. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm getting this wrong. I believe this is the Opulent Temple here, because I'm looking at these pieces. Let me see if I can confirm this quickly with a Google search. Opulent Temple. I should have done this before, but I'm an idiot, so that's how it goes sometimes. Yes, I am, thankfully. It appears, even though my Google is loading very slowly, that I am right about this. So thank you to my mind and memory, even in blurry situations. And then again, this was the Robot Heart just itself. So I'm not sure if Lee Burge is playing here yet, but he's getting prepared to come on and then have that same experience with the sunrise set. And the one thing I will say, which I was sort of sad about, but I think that's part of Burning Man, is you can't do everything, and it's almost impossible to do it all, is that I missed who I really wanted to see was the Human Experience, who does, a huge artist for me that I've done many meditations to. And even though I had this I had this schedule. I got lost in it all, and I never made it. So I'm sorry, Human Experience. I followed you. I saw you after on Instagram and everything. I really wish I had gotten to see you, but I think that's part of it. Is there's so much music. There's so many camps. So much amazing stuff go on. Sometimes you're rolling with the crew, and you miss out on things that are really important to you. And so I missed out on Human Experience, and I missed out on Desert Dweller, and those were two that I had really wanted to see, but that's just a reason to go back. And then I have, lastly here, Christy, I know you're mad at me. I'm sorry. You're mad. I'm sorry. We almost got this picture perfect. But I think it's still perfect. A perfect picture. I don't think it's not perfect. I think it's exactly what it's supposed to be and represents us all. This was on the morning again of the Mayan Warrior and Robot Hearts, and we're having a great time with the whole crew. So grateful. We made it all out, and I'll never forget this experience, this moment. We're all having so much fun. So I hope that I documented a little bit of the sort of music at Burning Man for you. Apologies, my mic's been up and down here today. I've got to still fix this. I'm buying a new mic here soon. But this was a couple of the sort of best moments from a music perspective. And, some of the best moments rally around that, no matter who you are, what you are, when you're with your friends dancing. You have these beautiful moments, these beautiful releases. And for me, that was a huge intention this year, and it was accomplished in every way. So thank you for checking this out. If you're interested in other Burning Man videos, I've dropped them all here. I hope that these are insightful and helpful and informative. If you haven't come, or if you have gone, they are an honorable way to share Burning Man and the experience that it is. I've really tried my best to do that. So thank you very much for checking this out. It's been Tyler Bryden. I love you. Hope all is well. I look forward to reconnecting soon and hopefully seeing you on the Playa one day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.